Welcome, gentlemen. Hope all you guys are good. Hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Oh. We'll be on in a couple of seconds. It's going to be short and brief, for you guys. Hello. Saludos, Robert. How are you, Robert? How are you, Mike? I'm happy you guys are here. I'm going to give you a little watch market update for a gentleman that's been asking me about Richard Mille watches. So I'm gonna give him that watch market update because he needs it. He needs these models. Okay? And I also have some bonus stuff for you guys too, right guys? How was your 4th of July? Good? A lot of firecrackers out there? So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the greatest watch market update show. All right guys, welcome back. Please don't forget to give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have or you haven't, please don't forget to do that, all right guys? I'm gonna give you a watch market update on some watches from a subscriber of ours. He's been asking me for the last couple of weeks, but I've been kind of tied up running around. I'm on vacation. And I just had a little moment there, a little break, and I escaped from my wife's side and came to do this watch market update for you guys, right? The first thing I'm going to tell all of you out there is, ladies and gentlemen, nobody's buying watches. Nobody is buying watches. No matter what you're reading, no matter what channels you look at in your platforms of YouTube, on watch content, nobody is buying watches. I can promise you that nobody's buying watches. Let's put it this way. I'm not buying watches. I'm not buying watches until this thing hits bottom, until it hits bottom. And I mean that, so just to, let you guys know, they're doing auctions between dealer to dealer because they cannot move material. They cannot move their product. Things are not good out there. Things are bad. If you have cash, you can offer whatever you want for the watch. If they're asking you for a watch $100,000 and you want to offer $50,000, that is a good, say I offer you $50,000. If they're asking you for $200,000 and you want to offer $70,000, do it, because nobody is buying watches. The watch business is FUBAR. You know what FUBAR is? FUBAR. Just Google it, because I can't say what it really is. FUBAR. It is. It's totally un casino. It's not good at all. So you guys go out there and offer them. You laugh in their face. When they, there's nothing for them to get offended when you offer a price. Don't get offended. Just say what you have to say, and that's it. This is what I offer for the watch. Like an example, I'm going to give you guys a real good example here. A Rolex Sky Dweller, Blue Dial, Oyster bracelet. This watch at one moment in the Corona era. We're going back to the Corona era, but they were asking for that watch $35,000. They were asking for that watch $35,000. And I'm going to tell you today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, don't pay more. Listen to this, and I'm talking about a full set watch. Don't pay more than $16,900. But if you want, you can offer them $16,200, $16,400. All right? Don't feel bad. You offer them whatever you want. The watch business is dead. Listen, nobody is trusting no dealers out there. Nobody is trusting no dealers out there. So you have to be smart. Don't feel embarrassed. Cash is king. If you have cash, You're the king. You can do whatever you want, all right, guys? You see what's going on. I spoke to you guys yesterday regarding that Avanti watches, and I told a lot about that subject, about that watch, what's going on with that watch. And what's going on with that watch is that it's been a flim flam. It's been a flim flam product. It's a pyramid. It's a pyramid that's been out there. And I spoke about this some years ago, and it's just the same thing as a Richard Mille. Richard Mille watches are dead in water. Richard Mille watches, I'm not afraid to tell none of you, but I'll tell you this, man. Richard Mille watches, to be honest, man, I don't want to use the word junk. I don't want to use the word junk. Maybe you have a better word than junk than me. But I'm not using junk, but I don't know. Richard Mille, Avanti, all these watches, these are watches to get you taken, to take you home, to put you to bed, to put you to sleep, to knock you out. So you got to be smart, ladies and gentlemen. I told you about that, and now they're making a big hoopla on something that's so old and so old. I spoke to you about, prune face. I spoke to you about, boxing black eyes. I spoke to you about that guy, Wonderful Mister. I talked to you about Toupee Wigman. I told you about all these people already. Listen to me. I'm the only one doing this. I'm the only one doing this. Nobody else is doing what I'm doing. Nobody else is doing what I'm doing. Nobody would dare to do what I'm doing. I'm against the odds. I'm against all of them, But you guys got to wake up already, because you guys still believe that the watch market is up and running. You got a bunch of people that bought Richard Mille watches for $400,000, $500,000, and they don't want to hear the prices that they're dropping. Those watches are dead in water. Richard Mille watches are dead in water, ladies and gentlemen. You understand me? They're dead in water. Just with that same watch that they're talking about now, that they have, flim-flammed and fleeced many people out of their deposits. I told you what that watch was. It was a pyramid. Maybe I believe Damon is here, and he'll explain to you what a pyramid is. It's something that people are going to get hurt. Is what it is. People will get hurt. It's a sketch. It's a sketch, and now it's coming out again after 4 years it has been talked about. These guys were all getting greased up. These guys were all getting money under the table, in the back door, and people were giving watches. They were giving, their watch information to these people. When they would ask you what kind of watches you have in stock, what kind of watches you have in your collection, it was for them to find out if you were capable of losing $150,000, $100,000, $40,000, and it wasn't going to hurt your pocket. You understand? And there's a lot of people out there that lost that amount of money. When they were talking about, I have a Rolex Daytona Platinum, diamond dial, blue chocolate bezel, I have a Patek, I have an AP. People were just giving up information, and that's the information they needed to, get you, So be smart, guys. The situation is bad. You are already entering the first week of July. And I'm telling you, July and August, and even part of September, things are not good. There's no money out there. There's no money. There's no money. There's no money. So don't be giving away, like if they're asking you, for them to give you this watch, to allocate it to you. They want to know who you are, what kind of a deep pocket you have. Listen, stop giving away your information, man. Stop giving it away. That's nobody's business. You want the watch, you have it, you have the money, sell it to me. And I'm going to tell you something. If you are thinking of buying those Avanti watches, don't pay 20 cents to the dollar on those watches. Those watches are dead in water. Son tremenda mierda. Tremenda mierda, made in Chinging, in one of those factories, You understand me? Don't believe the sketch and sapphire this, sapphire that. It's all bullshit. You hear me? Don't get fleeced. Be smart. Be smart, ladies and gentlemen. Be smart. Listen, I'm going to give you also another... Saludos. Salud, Doc. How are you, Doc? So, you know, stop it already. You know, you have a lot of these channels right now. They don't have no more content. And right now what you have is content on exposing. Man, I've been exposing people for the last 3 years already. I've been exposing people, you know? So it's you know, it's old news, you know, old news. But I'm gonna give you a Richard Mille watch market update. And I'm also gonna give you a watch market update on a Rolex Daytona that you guys need to know about. And I told you what was gonna happen with this watch. You know, they took out the Rolex Daytona, new one, new reference, the 126, you know? A yellow gold with the green dial with the gold gauges, you know? I talked to you about that. Saludos, Damon. Help him out, Damon. Help him out there. I talked to you about that Rolex Daytona was gonna take over. You know, that's going to be the new John Mayer, and the old one is going to keep on dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants. And I'm talking about the yellow gold, fully green Daytona John Mayer, the original one, you know, the original one. It costs like $38,000, $38,700. You're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen, but you need to know this. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. Don't pay for that Rolex Daytona, John Mayer, green dial. And if you don't believe me, look into it. Keep on digging. I don't want to be the one digging into all this. You guys got to dig into it, you know? You know, I do enough for free to give you all this information. But I am going to tell you, don't pay for that Rolex Daytona, original John Mayer, yellow, gold, green dial. You know what? I got a gentleman by the name of Mike. His name is Mike, and he put there $51,000. $51,000. Mike, please tell me if you're saying $51,000 for the Rolex Daytona John Mayer, the original one with the green dial. Are you saying $51,000 for that watch? Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs no before I give you the price. You know, I want to give you the price, but I heard your number. So, yes, she said 51. I'm going to tell you, listen to this, Mike. Write it down real carefully, all right? Don't pay for that watch more than $49,000. I repeat to you, don't pay for that John Mayer, the original John Mayer Daytona with the green dial. You know, a 2017, 18, whatever it is. Don't pay more than $49,000. All right, guys? Don't be window lickers and lollipop suckers, right? Don't do it. The watch market is dead. The only thing that's happening right now is exposing all these watch, you know, dealers and channels. That's all that's out there left. You know, what's there left is gold funds. You know, there's people looking for gold funds, people looking for whatever it is, you know, tricks, you know, sweepstakes, raffles. That's what is left. There's nothing left out there. Listen to me. Be smart, man. Be smart. I'm telling you, I know what I'm trying to tell you. You guys are just not listening. You're hearing, but you're not listening. You follow what I'm trying to say? So this is what's happening. Don't pay. You know, this gentleman by the name of Mike, he used the number $51,000, and that is, he's there. He's there. He said $51,000. This Mike knows something. He knows something. But I'm telling you, don't pay 51, pay 49. $49,000. That watch is going to take a back seat now. You know, exactly. We have rules in this channel. We have rules in this channel. Not suggestions, rules. And the rules are for you guys to listen. And you guys are not listening. You guys are scared, popping around through life like bunny rabbits. You know, you're believing everything you're hearing. Listen to me. There's no more watch business content. There's no more. You got that gentleman, that bald-headed gentleman. He's a movie star, whatever his name is. Wonderful Mister, you know, Wonderful Mister. You know, Wonderful Mister, you know. He's one of the biggest flim-flams out there. He has the power. He has the power to flim-flam all of you. Don't you know that? He has all the power. He has all the power to flim-flam all of you. To hoodwink you, to fleece you. You follow what I'm trying to say? So you gotta be smart. You cannot continue being dodo birds. You're being obedient. You guys are all being obedient. You know, you're being obedient. You know, like the sheep when they're walking to the slaughterhouse. You know, when they're taking the sheep to the slaughterhouse, listen and learn. There's one sheep that he's the leader, and he walks in front of all the sheep, and they're following him. And before they get to the slaughter, the sheep, the number one, walks away, and they keep on going. And that's who you guys are. Do you understand what I'm saying? Exactly, exactly. That boy, Damon, you tell him what it is. You have one sheep. You see, I gotta give you guys knowledge every day to make you sharp. Let me tell you something, because you guys need to know this. You see everything I tell you? You see everything I tell you? I want you to know this. That bald-headed guy, you know, wonderful mister, he knows about that. He knows about those sayings, about that knowledge. You know, to pay wigman, you know, with the pink jeans, yellow shoes, purple belt, orange flower shirt. You know, he knows about those things. But he's never going to tell you about that. But I have to, because I'm stupid like that. Because I'm real stupid like that, I have to tell you. All right? But as one person right now that really impressed me is that gentleman, Mike. He used the number $51,000. And Mike, I'm going to be honest, you were on target. You were on target. I'm going to talk to you about another watch too, which is the Rolex Land Dweller. You know, I'm going to talk about the 40 millimeter and the 36. All right? I'm going to give you a price on the 127334, which is a 40 millimeter. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean this, don't pay for that watch more than $44,000. You heard it first here from me. Don't pay more than 44. This thing is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. You guys got to get smart, boys. You guys got to get smart. Listen, there is an attack. There is an attack on your channel. This channel is your channel, and there is an attack on your channel. You guys don't know that? There is an attack on your channel. And there's not much they can do to us because we don't do nothing back. We just, you know, we just preach the word. You know, we just preach the word. That's what we do. But you guys have to get smart. You know, you guys have to get smart. I'm even going to tell you guys out there that you guys are going to have to get another person to start voicing out prices too. You understand me? I don't know if you guys understand that, but you guys are going to have to find another person. Maybe a good candidate can be Damon. You know, who knows? You know, who knows? But or it could be Mr. Donut, or it could be Mike. You know, or it could be Mr. Premium. But you guys got to keep on attacking this. You got to keep on attacking this. Listen, this is something simple. If it's open, you can do whatever you want. But when they do this, you're locked. It's just going to be you 18 subscribers. That's all. You follow what I'm trying to say? You follow what I'm trying to say. That's right, $44,000 on the 40 millimeter. 44,000. You know what? Don't pay more than 43. How's that? All right, Pete? Don't pay more than 43 for the 40. For the 40. And I'm going to give you the 36 now. The 36. Don't pay more than the 36. Don't pay more than $38,000. I'm dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants. You hear me? Don't pay more than that. All right, so I'm going to give you some Richard Mille watches now. The first Richard Mille watch is the RM004. Richard Mille, RM004. All right, guys? Split second, chrono, white gold, V2 movement. All right? This was a watch that was all the way up to $500,000. All the way up to $500,000. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, to Richard Mille, to you fanboys of Richard Mille, you're going to be surprised today. You're not going to like this because you're crying. You're crying. It's nobody's fault that you were maintaining those people out there paying those terrible numbers of $500,000 for a Richard Mille watch, which is just another, you know. Damon, what word can I use for those Richard Mille, please? So, show me a word I can use. You know, show me a word I can use for those Richard Mille watches, because they're unbelievable, you know, unbelievable. I still think about how people spend it on those watches, 500, 400, 600,000. 700,000. A bunch of sandbags, a bunch of sandbags, and it's the truth. And now they're crying. They are crying. They are crying because they don't know what to do with watches that expended $500,000, like the one I'm gonna give you right now. Again, RM, Richard Mille RM004, split second chrono, white gold, V2 movement. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch, and you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $210,000. And this is pretty much a new watch. I'm telling you, these watches are under the retail price. They don't even want to hear this. They don't want to hear it, but they're going to hear it because I'm going to tell you guys. We need more people opening up these channels. We need more people. There's a big attack on this channel. There is a big attack. You guys don't believe me, but there's a big attack. When they want to open up the canal for you, they open it up. When they want to have it locked down, they have it locked down. And this is how it is. We have a small little army, but our army cannot handle this. It's too many cockroaches out there. Too many cockroaches. And I can't battle all the cockroaches. On a one-on-one basis, I'll take them all on one-on-one. I'll take care of all these, keyboard warriors. But this is, this is the internet. It's a different story. Everybody is tough. Everybody's a wise guy. So we need to be smart. We need to attack. We need to continue attacking. They want to make you guys slaves, obedient slaves, that you believe what they're telling you. Come on, guys, man. The biggest hoodwink and the biggest huckster is that gentleman, Wonderful Mister. Wonderful Mister. He is a legend, that guy. He is in another level. That guy can sell ice to an Eskimo. You understand me? That guy can sell ice to, you know what it is to sell ice to an Eskimo? That guy can do it. That guy can do it. He has the platform. And that's why so many people got hurt with that Avanti, whatever you call that watch. They got hurt. They got hurt. Another thing I want to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you had a gentleman there, which I call, in a sweet way, I call him Uncle Johnny, AKA Eddie Monster. I call him AKA Eddie Monster. This gentleman has been flim-flamming and fleecing people all day, every day, out of the children's tuition money, out of the dental insurance money, out of the children's lunch money, school bus money. And now, since he knows, because he knows, you see, Uncle Johnny knows that the watch market is dead. And now he's going to tell you that a Rolex Daytona stainless steel Panda, which is $10,000, and people getting greased up and buying the watch for 18 and selling it for 25. He's telling you the whole game now, after the fact that he burned all of you. You understand me? Eddie Monster, Uncle Johnny, I'm just telling you what it is. After the fact, they know that the watch market is dead. They know, so they want to become good people now. You know who's good people? Me. I'm good people. But Uncle Johnny, how can you say Uncle Johnny is good people when he gave you this all day long, every day? From 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, part of 2024, until he found out and he flipped. He flipped. But he's dealing, you know what he's dealing with? He's dealing with fake subscribers, fake views, fake comments, fake likes. You understand me? Bobby, listen to me. If I buy all that, I'll be just like them. But then I won't be for real no more. I'll be a fake. I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm going to give away a Snoopy Timex watch when I hit 10,000 subscribers. When they already bought the 2,000 extra subscribers already. It's there. It's going in every day. a hundred a day, 100 a day. I can't be doing that because it's not me. I'm a man of ethics and principles, you know? You know, I'm a man with ethics and principle. Paco Gambino showed me all that, man. And Paco Gambino was you want to know something? Paco Gambino was a class act, but he was an SOB. Don't get that wrong. He was an SOB. I would speak to that man 5 feet 4 inches, and I would sit across from him, and I don't want to use the word that I had fear, but I gotta say I respected him, a whole lot when he spoke, man. A little man with a small little voice. It was, you understand me? These people, this Mashigana wouldn't play around. Anyway, I'm gonna give you another Richard Mille. The Richard Mille RM11-02 Titanium GMT. GMT Titanium. Guys, this is sickening, man. Sickening. Don't pay for that beautiful Richard Mille RM11-02 Titanium GMT. Don't pay. You know it, Damon. You know who Paco Gambino is. Small, a giant of a man. Absolutely. Don't pay for that Richard Mille RM11-02 Titanium GMT. Don't get scared. Don't pay more than $152,000. All right, guys? Don't pay more than $152,000. Our next one is a beautiful watch. This is to one of our subscribers. If he's here today, I think his name is Achilles, and he's been asking me for this watch for the last 2 weeks. Here it goes to you, sir. This is a Richard Mille RM061 carbon, yellow and green dial, skeletonized. They call this watch the Johann Blake. Johann Blake, unbelievable watch. If I tell you how much this watch was selling, you won't believe me. You won't believe me. But this watch was being sold at one moment for $600,000. If you see this watch, yeah, Google it. Don't be afraid. Google it. RM061. Johann Blake, yellow with green. Lines in it. It was skeletonized. $600,000. And I'm going to tell you, sir, you do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch more. Exactly. That's the one. Don't pay more. Don't pay for that watch more than 100. Sir, you ready for this? I said 100 already. 100. You might be thinking 200 something. I'm gonna say 100. Don't pay for that watch more than $172,000. All right, guys? Don't pay more than $172,000. Guys, you got that. Next one is a Richard Mille RM004 AGPG 18 karat gold, rose gold. Split second crown. This is disgusting, Rose gold, split second. This is a beast of a watch, according to all these Richard Mille fanboys, It's an unbelievable watch. But ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and save your children's tuition money from hard times that are coming your way. Don't pay for that watch more than $210,000. Don't do it. I don't want to tell you what they were selling it, in the gray watch market, in the secondary gray watch market, between, Wonderful Mr. Toupee Wigman, Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, you understand me? Prune Face, all these people that were all together, These people, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. These people made so much money on you people, it was crazy. Some people always tell me that if I would have entered this when that Corona era hit, that all of you were in lockdown, I would have done this, I would have saved a lot of people's rear ends, But I didn't, But they said it's never too late, to do it. So I'm doing it now, You know what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Richard Mille RM037 Titanium. I'm just going to tell you, this is a easy $300,000 watch all day, every day, all day, every day. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $104,000. All right? Richard Mille watches are dead. Listen to me. You know, I'm never going to tell you to invest on watches. You know, that investing on watches is a great investment. I'm never going to tell you that. But I am going to tell you that if you are going to pay $104,000 for a Richard Mille, start looking at Pateks, start looking at these discontinued APs, you know, Royal Oaks, you know, start looking at Patek Philippe's on leather straps, you know, that stuff. But stop giving away your money on these watches, on these bubblegum watches, you know. Cheerios, Cheerios used to have these watches, and there was another one that used to have these watches too. I think it was called, it's called the, it's like a popcorn. It came in a popcorn box, and it was inside, I forgot the name of it. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of sweet, the popcorn, you know? I think it's Jack's, Papa Jack's. How do you say it? Anybody knows the word? Help me out, Jack's, something, Jack's. You know, you sell them in Coney Island and all that stuff. Well, they came in those, bags, those watches. You pull them out, you know? Thank you, Cracker Jack. There you go. These are Cracker Jack watches, Bobby. These are Cracker Jack watches. So, invest exactly. Exactly. This is what it is. It's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, here's another watch that I'm going to give you that you're going to go, wow. This is another Richard Mille RM6701 medium. This is factory setting diamonds all over the place. Factory settings. This was a watch that I don't want to tell you, but I'm telling you, it was over $450,000. Over $450,000. You had to be colossal. You had to be a mammoth. You had to be someone with a deep, deep pocket and a very powerful last name. A real big, powerful last name. Rothschild. You understand me what I'm trying to say? You had to be J.P. Morgan. You had to be a beast. And I mean literally a beast, because those people are all demonic. A beast. You had to be, involved with the Bilderbergers, with BlackRock, with Vanguard, with State Street. These people, to get that watch, you had to be a monster. And this is the direction we're going to. We're going in this direction. To join the club, you have to do a lot of sacrifice. You understand that? To join the club. You see, I haven't joined the club, and this is why I'm in lockdown. But if I would join the club, my platform will blow up. But I don't wanna join that club. That join club is very scary. They're bad people. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna tell you about this watch, the Richard Mille RM6701 medium, set factory diamonds, everything. Don't pay for that watch more than $167,000, right, guys? Don't pay more than $167,000. Guys, you guys need to get smart, Listen to me. Listen to me. You're spending all that money, take your family on vacations. Take them to different parts of the world, and, have fun with them, have an ice cream with them, Spend it with them, but don't give away your children's money to these flim-flammers, who have been fleecing you for too many years. You have been maintaining their lifestyle for too many years. You understand what I'm trying to say? You've been maintaining their $17,000 steak dinner, the sushi dinner, their ripped jeans, Louis Vuitton Nike sneakers, Montclair sweaters, Supreme hoodies, Supreme red backpacks. These people have, taken you guys to the cleaners. You guys got to get smart. I need a couple of guys to open a couple of these channels. We need a couple of takers to open a couple of these channels. I can't do it alone. There's too many cockroaches out there. There's too many cockroaches exactly popping bottles on your name. You know? You understand me? So you guys need to step up the game, and listen and learn. Well, guys, there it is. There's your watch market update. I hope this helps you out a little bit. You know, you have some watches there. I'm telling you, that Rolex yellow gold John Mayer, the original one with the green dial, is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants. People are pulling their hair. Pulling their hair. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't pay for that Rolex Daytona John Mayer, you know, 2017, 16, whatever it is. I wouldn't pay $49,000 for that watch. It's over. The fever is over, Papa. The fever is over. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go to bed already. I'm tired. You know, I've been doing a lot of, you know, excursions with my wife. You know, we've been out there in the jungle. You know, unbelievable. You know. I hope you enjoyed this watch market update and you learned something from it, right, guys? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like our video. You know, we need the channel to keep on growing so they can open it up for us. They can open it up for us, right, guys? Don't forget that. No, thank you, Damon. Thank you very much. And you stay safe as well. And you too, Mr. Wow, can't even see the word, but okay. You stay safe as well. Peace out to all of you. Be well. See you soon.